بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم عبده ورسوله. قال الله تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال الله: واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال الله: اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة دلالة وكل دلالة في النار. أما Surat Al Nasr, number 110. This beautiful surah was the last of the surahs to be revealed as a whole, through the portion of the verse 4. This day have I perfected your religion for you, etc., contains probably the last words of the Quran to be revealed. The date of this surah was only a few months before the passing away of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from this world. The place was either the presence of Mecca at his farewell pilgrimage, Zulhijjah, or Medina after his return from the farewell pilgrimage. Victory is a crown of service, not an occasion for exultation. All victory comes from the help of Allah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح, when comes the help of Allah and victory. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا, and you see the people into Allah's religion in crowd. Here, the Prophet migrated from Mecca to Medina, a persecuted man. In Medina, all the forces of truth and righteousness rallied around him, and the efforts by the Meccans and their confederates to destroy him and his community recoiled on their own heads. Gradually, all the outlying parts of Arabia ranged themselves around his standard, and the bloodless conquest of Mecca was the crown and prize of his patience and constant endeavor. After that, whole tribes and tracts of country gave their adhesion to him collectively, and before his ministry was finished, the soil was prepared for the conquest of the wide world for Islam. What were the lessons to be learned from this little epitome of the world history? Not man's self-glory, but humility, and power, but service. Not an appeal to man's selfishness or self-sufficiency, but a realization of Allah's grace and mercy and the abundant outpouring of Allah's praise in a word and conduct. فَسَبِّحْ بِاسْمِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. Celebrate the praises of your Lord and pray for his forgiveness, for he is oft returning in forgiveness. Every man should humble himself before Allah, confess his human frailties, and seek Allah's grace, attributing any success that he gets in his work not to his own merits, but to the goodness and mercy of Allah. But the Prophet of Allah had also another duty and privilege, to pray for grace and forgiveness for his people in case of they had exulted in their victory or done anything that they should not have done. So that's the end of this chapter, this Surat Al Nasr, where we have a victory and where we have the people joining Islam in mass without violence. So also we are taught that we should celebrate our success with humility and also know that it is the goodness and mercy of Allah, okay, that has given us our success, but not our merit. See you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.